Thank you for joining us. I'm Brad Klon.
And I'm Quinn Tran.
Our top story takes us to Davis, Oklahoma.
Bedré Chocolates will soon be getting a new home.
Bedré has a fantastic history.
Bedré's history will include a new location in late 2012 in Davis, Oklahoma. Chickasaw citizens and local leaders joined Governor Bill Ilimpa'chi for the groundbreaking of the new Bedré Chocolate Factory just off of Interstate 35 near South Highway 7. The facility will be twice the size of the current Bedré building. The 34,600 square foot factory will be built with visitors in mind, allowing for tours and hands-on activities for children.
It's meant to be very kid-friendly, so what we're trying to do is attract a lot of kids to come out to the school groups, to come out to the plant, and they get to hands-on work with chocolate and have fun with it and create their own chocolates, and so we're very excited about that opportunity.
It's an opportunity also to enhance tourism to the area. The Chickasaw Nation is constructing a welcome center right by Bedré. The 5,500 square foot welcome center will have a gift shop, rest area, playground, and dog park for pets. More than 3 million people visit the Murray County area each year. Governor Ilimpa'chi says the Welcome Center will serve as a gateway to the many venues in the Chickasaw Nation.
What it does is it brings people off of the interstate, and it shows them the kind of attractions that we have within the Chickasaw Nation area. It gives them a map of where they can go, and we can even give them assistance in getting to where they go.
Places to go include the Chickasaw Cultural Center, the Artesian Hotel that's under construction, cultural festivals, and events.
This will be a great outlet for someone to come, learn about what the Chickasaw Nation is, understand their culture, look at the artwork, maybe even buy some authentic jewelry or gifts, as well as buy some chocolate and entertain themselves over there, and get an understanding of other amenities that are offered by the tribe.
The holidays are right around the corner, and chocolates are a great gift.
Bedré chocolates are available online. Just visit www.bedrechocolates.com.
In other news, Oklahoma State University leads the nation in the number of Native American Indians graduating with a bachelor's degree.
In the 2010-2011 academic year, about 355 earned bachelor's degrees in areas that include engineering, biological and biomedical sciences, business, agriculture, and architecture.
And Neil McCaleb at Chickasaw is being honored at OSU with the Distinguished Alumni Award.
He graduated in the last class of Aggies at OSU in 1957 and has spent more than 50 years in the civil engineering field and in public service. Now to Emet, Oklahoma. This is the 4th annual Harvest Fest. You can see why it's popular with families every year. There are all kinds of fun activities, crafts, food, music, and period-themed activities for children. It's a great celebration of the fall season and Chickasaw heritage at the White House.
It's a lovely place out here, and we are enjoying it so much.
Chickasaws are having a great time meeting others across the country and being involved in a historical tradition and a fun atmosphere.
Harvest Fest is a free event to the community. Tours of the Chickasaw White House were also given. The Chickasaw White House is an important landmark.
The mansion holds a lot of history. It was home to Chickasaw Governor Douglas Johnston and his family from 1898 to 1971.
Governor Johnston built the house in 1895.
Just west of Emet, Oklahoma, sits a beautiful home on Mansion Road.
It's hard to miss.
Beautifully landscaped, the property stands poised for guests.
It just feels alive. We've always had people, when they come through, that's what they say. They say, well, it just feels so alive. It feels like someone still lives here. It feels like someone should come home. And we love that. We love that.
Glenda Galvin is the manager and curator of the Chickasaw White House. It was home to Chickasaw Governor Douglas Johnston, his wife Betty, and their 3 children.
Betty called it Breezy Meadows just because it doesn't matter what time of year. If you came back out here 2 months from now, you would still find a breeze out here, I promise you. The crepe myrtles that you see here in the front, she planted in 1895. and they're still alive, as you can tell, and bloom beautifully. According to family memoirs, she had at any given time 120 to 160 rose bushes at any given time inside the fence.
Glenda at Chickasaw is proud of the restoration work that the Chickasaw Nation has done over the years. It took more than 4 years to restore the Victorian house that is more than a century old.
We had to completely dismantle the house. Since it's on the National Register of Historic Sites, that really meant that the contractors and their teams had to absolutely keep everything that was possible, everything that we could, that was salvageable, we had to keep and reuse. We have 3 rooms of mansion paper, which means that it was all stenciled by hand, and those 3 rooms took almost 5 years.
The work was a labor of love. While the bones of the home were restored, many treasures were found inside the White House. The items represent the time in which Governor Johnston lived and the way of life just before the turn of the century in 1895.
The block of ice is actually going to fit in that whole little tray.
The personal belongings, musical instruments, artwork, and furnishings are priceless.
Governor actually signed allotments, people's allotments, patents, deeds, along with Green McCurtain, this very table. And we allow people to sign the guest book on this same table. I hope people appreciate that, because it's amazing to me. Both bedroom suites are original to the house. We have 2 sideboards original to the house. All the way down to Governor's humidor and cigar tray, original to the house. We have the family's crystal and silver, lots of hand-painted china. All of the paintings throughout the house are original to the house, done by one woman who was actually married under this chandelier. She was 8 years old.
The paintings by Julia Chisholm Davenport hang prominently throughout the house.
We're going into Governor's office.
That now serves as a museum to preserve an important aspect of Chickasaw and Oklahoma history and to honor Governor Johnston.
We know from all of his years of dedicated service to our people that he was very devoted to the Chickasaw Nation, and he never gave up on making sure that we had our sovereignty throughout this whole argument for statehood. If you don't keep that connection of our ancestors, whether it be Governor Johnston or Chief Tishomingo, if you don't have that connection of how hard these people have toiled, given up years of their life for all of us, then there's no way you can appreciate really who you are. We know who we are and we know where we come from, but that's because we know our past.
Glenda says we should look forward to seeing the White House during the holidays when it's beautifully decorated for Christmas.
The Chickasaw White House is open Wednesday through Saturday except during federal holidays. And for more information or tours, call the number on your screen or visit www.chickasaw.net/White House. We want to remind you of some technology news. Learning Chickasaw is just a download away. The Chickasaw language is available and easy to access on an iPhone, iPad, or an iPod Touch. There is an app available that helps teach the language. The application is the first of its kind developed by a tribe. The Chickasaw Nation makes it a priority to teach the language, especially to its younger generation, as part of its language revitalization efforts.
We continue our feature of the newly released Chickasaw Press books.
And we shared with you the new children's book and a book that focuses on dynamic Chickasaw women.
This next book takes us to the kitchen, where 2 Chickasaw women have compiled some delicious recipes. They are the best of friends. Joanne Ellis and Vicki Penner met years ago in a Chickasaw language class. Vicki, a former school teacher, was the student. Joanne, a fluent Chickasaw speaker, was the teacher.
This is hoponi. That means to cook.
Both women are Chickasaw, and they enjoy being in the kitchen and cooking.
I'm always cleaning as I go. So I guess I'd say I was the clean one. And then I help Vicki.
I'm messy, really messy. She's always cleaning up after me. Every time we would come together, we'd have all these wonderful dishes.
What's the secret ingredient to Chickasaw food that makes it delicious?
Our special touch.
Yeah, it's a secret. No, we're not telling, are we, Joey?
No.
They're sharing as much as they can in this new cookbook, the first Chickasaw Press cookbook published.
The book is titled Ilimpa'chi, which means we're going to eat. And we worked a lot with elders and native speakers, or Chickasaw speakers actually. I found recipes in my family and she found recipes in her family. I told Joanne, I said, we need to put all this together and make sure that it just doesn't get lost in the winds.
We just want them to pass to the next generation, and they can say, well, this is the way they used to make, you know, pies, cakes, shofa, whatever. We just want them to pass it on to the next generation.
They hope to inspire the next generation to continue cooking Chickasaw meals. The colorful cookbook features more than 50 recipes. Joanne and Vicki have tried every recipe in the book, and they've had some interesting adventures along the way.
Vicki burned the kitchen. I said, Vicki, your oven's on fire. And I said, but don't open it. Because, you know, you open it, well, I mean, it would really start coming, you know, the flames would start coming out.
We have old recipes in this book and we have recipes that are new. So we're still cooking, we're not done. We're still cooking.
The cookbook outlines ingredients, instructions on how to prepare traditional dishes, and Joanne and Vicki help followers understand the organic connections between food, family, and the Chickasaw culture.
Because being Chickasaw is the most important thing we have, and our cultures and our foods and our language must be preserved for us, for our children, so they'll know where they came from. These recipes belong to every Chickasaw. They've been contributed by many little Chickasaw cooks, but they belong to all of us.
Joanne and Vicki are a lot of fun in the kitchen. They work really well together. They're really opposites in personalities. Both felt, though, it was important to share in the cookbook the Chickasaw language. The cookbook has a glossary of Chickasaw cooking terms and phrases.
Folks got to meet both ladies at a recent book signing at the Chickasaw Cultural Center during the center's first ever fall festival, where visitors also got to try some of that traditional food.
You can learn more about the cookbook and order the latest Chickasaw Press books by visiting www.chickasawpress.com.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of CNTV. Join us again soon.